Welcome to LeonCo and welcome to your weekly video. And welcome to your weekly video, and we are continuing our topic of the perfect storm. And for this second video, we want to discuss the credit crisis. Yes, we discussed on last week the unemployment and how can that affect, and this week we want to discuss how the credit card or credit crisis can affect this perfect storm and stimulate it going forward. Well, we want to give to you two important data, and this data is revolving on debt. And keep in mind, this does not take in factor house mortgages or house debt. This just takes into account credit card debt and debt in general. This could be auto loans, this could be automobile payments, so on and so forth. So the first data that we want to share with you guys is that the average credit card debt for an American in the United States is of $2,300. And the average total debt of an American is $5,700. And why is this important, and why do we take this in factor? Okay. Since we talked in our last video of the high unemployment rate and how people are not receiving their money, most Americans and most people are relying on their credit cards to pay their bills, to use that credit card line, to use that credit line to pay their bills, to try and get some food, to try and pay their expenses. And they're building up that debt. They're building up their personal debt, and they're building up that credit card debt. This first data that I provide to you may not seem that big at first glance, but when you take in account and you take in factor that the unemployment rate is going up, people are not working, people are being furloughed from their jobs, or people are just losing their jobs because the economy is not running and their employer does not need that many employers right now. Well, you need to understand that this will have a domino effect in the credit card crisis. People since they're not having their jobs, they're not receiving that cash flow, they're resulting into that credit lines that they already have to start paying all those things. And instead of reducing that debt, using that money to pay their bills, so on and so forth, they're taking debt to pay on debt. And when you take in factor a negative and a negative, they're building up more negatives. So keep in mind that this credit crisis is not necessarily something that is a big factor today on April or today in May. It's going to be a big factor in a couple of months. This could be a factor in August, in September, because the Q1 earnings today do not reflect necessarily the reality of the crisis. Maybe Q2, Q3, it's when we're going to see how this credit crisis is affecting, because companies are going to see a reduction in their earnings. They're going to see a reduction in their credit lines because people are not having the possibility, the resources to pay those bills, to pay those luxuries, to buy into the economy. So the credit crisis is something that is going to build up, not today, but in the future, because this average is going to increase as time passes by and as people are staying unemployed. So this is factor number 2 when it comes to the perfect storm for the crisis. So give us a like, subscribe to our channel, visit our other video if you did not see our video on unemployment, and stay tuned for our next week's video where we're going to discuss the house market crashing. So give us a like to our channel. Hey, remember, stay safe, stay healthy, and always remember to have that king mentality.